welcome to my channel. As I say every single time, I really need to think of a new intro. Today's video is an in-depth highlighting, contouring and baking video. You might have seen me on my other videos do highlighting and contouring, but I think it was time to do a proper in-depth tutorial so you can see exactly how I do what I do. You can see how I get my highlight exactly where I want it and how I make my makeup last all day. If you're new to my channel, hello, I'm Aisha. Please subscribe. If you're not new to my channel, then stick around and just get to the next part of the video. Please give this video a thumbs up and please subscribe if you haven't already. Okay? So first off, we're going to start with priming the face. I never really say this because I thought it kind of went without saying, but make sure you always put your makeup on a clean face. So I've already washed, toned, moisturized and everything ready today, maybe about half an hour ago. So my face is ready for makeup now. So make sure if you haven't done that, do that first, because that definitely does make a difference. I think it makes your makeup kind of lay better once everything's all clean and moisturized. So the first step is we're starting with priming the face. I'm using Benefit Porefessional. If you want to look airbrushed, you want to look lit, you want to look off the chain or whatever the kids are saying nowadays, this is the primer. I was ride or die makeup forever, as you guys know. I love makeup forever smoothing primer. It's still really, really good, but Porefessional is just like my new... She's my bitch. So all you need is about that much in your hand. Put it in your main problem areas. For example, the T-zone, for some people is also a problem area. And then just kind of rub everywhere. For me, my problem area is kind of the top of the lip. Right, so now we're all primed and ready to go. It's now time for foundation. You can use whatever foundation you like, whatever you love, whatever you ride or die. You do you. Like I said, I'm not here to dictate to anyone how to do makeup. I'm doing my channel because I think I love makeup. It's a way of expressing yourself. It's fun. Of course, you know, I can share my knowledge, but if you got something that you use that works for you, amen. I support that. So for foundation, I'm going to use what I really like. It's the EX1 Invisiwear Foundation. I have not used any other foundation in a long time. Like, I've tried others, but I'm like, go back to the EX1 Invisiwear. So I'm using that. The reason why I love it is because I feel like it is, I'll say medium to full, very buildable coverage. It's the perfect colour for myself. The only downside to this foundation, I'd say, they don't do array of colours. There's only something like 7 or 8 colours, and this is the darkest one, which is what I am, which is F500. So if you're darker than me, then no. And also, I've seen a lot of reviews saying that it doesn't go quite light enough, so the lightest shade is quite tan, so some people might not like that as well. So yeah, but besides that, if you do fit into any of those categories of skin, then give it a try. It's only £12.50 on lookfabulous.com, I think it is. Love this foundation. So I'm using my favourite foundation brush to use on myself, which is the Morphe M439. And then what I do is I kind of just take a little bit on the brush and just put it and work it into the skin. Also, if you've been in the sun and you've had a tan, make sure you bring it down onto your neck as well, so it all looks the same colour, because you'd hate to have, I call it ghost face, where you've got like one shade on your face and then a different shade, a dark shade on your neck. It just doesn't look good. Yeah, that's the base on now. So we're going to go in with concealer. I'm actually going to use a different concealer today. Well, when I say different is because usually on my channel I use the Makeup Forever Ultra HD concealer. But today I want to show you a different concealer which I have been using recently, which I also really like. This is the Benefit Boi-ing concealer. It's like industrial strength concealer. Concealer? I don't know what's wrong with me today. My words aren't coming out. Okay. Industrial strength concealer. Yes. So it's Benefit Professional Boi-ing concealer. It's a cream concealer, which is good for, I'd say, if you've got like a 12-hour shift that you're going to do, then this concealer will be amazing. If you're going to have a full beat face and you know, this would definitely be the concealer to use. But for me, like the Ultra HD, there's nothing wrong with it. I love that concealer, but I just thought I would show this on camera, as I've never actually used this on camera, but I've used it quite a bit, as you can see. So the way how I use this, if you're interested, I'm in shade 4 concealer. So yeah, I just get a concealer brush. This is a Lancome concealer brush, and I just kind of work it in, so on like that. Then I do the same type of style, the same, so I just kind of put it down like that first, along the side of the nose, just like that, and then sweep it along. But don't try not to drag it too much. It's kind of more of a pat drag motion, if that makes sense. So you kind of do that kind of line as a guide, so you know that you can kind of just fill it all in like that, just like so. That's how it should look. You do the exact same on the outside. I'll do that now. So it should look something like this. And then, as I say in every single video, so even though I use concealer to conceal, I also use it as a highlighting, use it for highlighting purposes, which is why it's about, I'd say, about 2 shades lighter than my skin tone. So then what you want to do is you just want to highlight where you want to draw light. That's the whole point of the illusion, is highlighting is stuff that you want to bring forward, and contouring is the darker shades, is stuff that you want to set back. So obviously I want to uplift and brighten my eyes, which is why I've highlighted it in this way. And then I'm going to just do the centre of my nose bridge, because I don't really have much of a nose bridge, it's quite flat. So I'm going to draw that just there, like that, kind of a bit like an exclamation mark. And then do like a little kind of flower, because I don't really have much of a big forehead, so I can't really contour much of my forehead, so I just kind of just do a little bit just there to make my lips look a bit more poutier. I just put a bit more of a lighter shade here, and then I also do my chin, so it should look something like this. Now what you want to do is take your beauty blender and you blend this all in. So I find that blending with a beauty blender is the best way to do it. Some people prefer different ways. Sorry, this isn't even a beauty blender. This is a Real Techniques miracle sponge. Get your shit together. What the fuck? The miracle sponge. I prefer this in the beauty blender. I just prefer it. I think it's more spongy and less elasticy feeling, so I prefer this. Easier to hold as well. So you just literally tap back and forward to blend in that concealer. The reason why you tap backwards and forwards and not just in one way is because when it settles, it kind of like confuses the concealer, if that makes sense. So it won't know where to settle, so it won't just settle in one way in which you've had it. It will just kind of just set on the skin, which gives you that more airbrushed look. Ooh, do you know what I forgot to do to conceal my eyelids? Yeah, I just put concealer on my eyelids, hide any imperfection, and also for priming purposes for eyeshadow. Also make sure that your sponge is damp, so I just literally soak it under the tap and then squeeze it out. Once your concealer on your eyes has blended out, it will look something like this. So then you want to proceed to blend out the rest of your concealer. So I just work my way from top to bottom, so I'm going to do my forehead first, and I just kind of just tap. There we go. And then I just proceed down to my nose, top of the lip, and then chin. So what some people like to do now is proceed to the contouring step, but because my eyelids crease, well, my under eyes area creases crazily, I'm going to go straight to the baking. So I'm using Nye Luxury Powder in Banana. This, I cannot tell you how good this powder is. The reason why I love this powder is Nye, most of their products, because I've also trained in like special effects makeup and film makeup. They are designed for the theatre and, you know, under lights for long periods of time. That's the whole purpose of this powder. This powder is for people that are usually on stage with the boiling lights, performing, dancing, and their makeup is not supposed to move. So that's why this powder, I feel, is definitely one of the best out there. Another powder which is good to use is the Laura Mercier translucent, universal translucent powder. Is really good, but I just prefer this one especially for people of colour. This is definitely a really good one. They also do a range of shades, so obviously if you're lighter or darker than me, they have so much to cater to people's skin tones. Right, so let's proceed to the baking. So what I do is I just kind of pour it into the cap, then I get my sponge, dip it in there, and I just press on the concealed area, like so. So it should look something like this. It might look a bit crazy, but this is just me. This is what's gonna make it look lit. So for the tops of my eyes, I don't usually bake them because I'm usually gonna slap some eyeshadow on them anyways. So I'm just gonna set them how I usually do, just with my Zoeva Luxe highlighter brush, and then just do what I do, like so. That's what I do. I'm actually going to do that with the other eye. I'm going to repeat the exact same step as I've done on this eye, on this eye. There we go. So it should look like this. It's funny because I can just see, like, on my lower lash line I can just see powder. Yeah, so it should look like this. So with the other parts where you concealed, just literally do the same. Just dust your setting powder. Now, let's proceed to the contour frame. So some people like cream contour, some people like powder contour. Me personally, I prefer powder just because I just do, but I'm going to show you cream today. Hold on, where is, yes, I'm going to show you cream contour today. So I'm going to use my Bobbi Brown foundation stick in Espresso. The way how I do this is one of two ways. Sometimes I just literally just draw that on, or I can get a brush and then just draw on like so. I think I'm going to do that today because I just feel like it. When I'm being lazy, I just kind of just use it and blend it out. It's really blendable. This foundation stick is so good. So when contour, I would say I would have like an oval shaped face. I would say I have oval because of my big cheeks. My face isn't angular, but I would say I'm oval. So the way how I prefer to contour my face is literally the top of my ear. I used to bring it a lot more downer like that, but I'm going to slightly bring it up slightly like that because I think it looks slightly better. Just like so. I'm going to do it on the other side as well. Same thing. Beverly, phone's ringing. Hello? Yeah. Alright then, bye. Sorry. You know who you are. Interrupting my YouTube and shit. So this is how it looks like so far. So I'm also going to contour my nose. I'm just going to draw a line here, a line here. I'm also going to put a little bit underneath my lips to make it a little more fuller. And then I'm just going to do little bits just at the top here, because like I said, I haven't really got much of a forehead. I just literally just put that in to add a bit more dimension. So then you can either A, blend out with a sponge, or B, blend out with another brush. You do you. I think, what am I going to do? I'm going to blend out with a sponge. And you just tap. I kind of tap upwards when I do it as well. Like a tap, flick type thing. So it looks something like so. Don't worry if it looks a bit drab at the moment, but we're going to sharpen that up. So I'm just literally going to continue to blend out the other side and then the rest, and then you'll see what it looks like. The whole time you leave the powder here, because the whole point is the heat from your face actually warms the powder. That's why it's called baking. It cooks. So we're cooking right now. So yeah, it kind of mixes with the concealer and it just makes you look beat as hell. That's the best way to describe it, right? So this is how it should look now, all blended out. So then what I do is now dust this bakage off. Hold on, where's my brush? Yeah, so I just dust this bakage off now. And look how lit we look. Oh shit, look how lit we look. Yeah, you can definitely see the benefits of baking, in my opinion. I feel like it looks much more compared to when you just kind of dust on some setting powder. So I'm just gonna dust off the other side. There we go. So it should look something like this. So now, what I like to do is just get some powder and set your contour. So I'm going to use, what one am I going to use today? I'm going to use Deal Breaker by Makeup Geek, which is a warm deep contour colour. And I'm going to use my Morphe M527. The reason why I'm going to use such a big brush is because I do feel like for a big brush it does give a good contour, but I'm actually going to bake underneath the contour as well. So I just get a good amount on my brush, literally. Then I just, there we go. So it should look something like this. And I'm just going to do the same to the other side. So then you just want to set the rest of the contour, which is top of the hairline, nose, and underneath your lips. I'm using Bobbi Brown cheek blush, no, shimmer blush in Flame. I've had this blush for a while. It's actually one of my favourite Bobbi Brown blushes. I think it's so nice. It's got a slight shimmer to it, but it's a nice kind of flush colour, because I don't know if you've ever noticed, I am not really a crazy blush person. Like, I don't think bright blush looks that good on me per se, but yes, I think that's a perfect colour for me. So you just go. Ooh, even though I think that's a little bit crazy for me, but don't worry, it'll be cool. So using the Laura Mercier Invisible setting powder. Also, what's really good for baking as well is the RCMA no colour powder. That's also really good. Like I said, I just use the Ben Nye for the underneath my eyes because I feel like it is indestructible. And I like using the Laura Mercier underneath my contour. I don't know, I think that the yellow comes off a bit too yellow underneath my contour, but this, as it's invisible, just looks just fine. So I'm going to use, I think this is a Morphe, don't know the name, but it's a Morphe contouring brush. So put that into the powder. Just press it on, press it underneath, just like that. And when you bake underneath your contour, it just lasts all day, all night. And do the same with the other side. And as always, I'll list everything in the description box below. So if you want to pick up any of these, feel free. I've got some discount codes for Makeup Geek and also for Anastasia, Beverly Hills. You can get it on the Blow LTD shop online. Get discount for them as well. All of my discount codes are also in the description box, so feel free. I also kind of just do it here as well. Now it looks like I've got like a Santa Claus beard. What I like to do now, whilst that's cooking, is do the rest of my makeup. So that will consist of, you know, my eyes, my eyebrows, whatever. So I'm going to do my eyes and eyebrows off camera. 1 second. I'll be right back. I swear to you. One second. So, done the rest of my makeup. I just put a bit of eyeshadow on. I use the Anastasia Beverly Hills Modern Renaissance palette. I use Warm Taupe, Buon Fresco and Cypress Umber in the outer crease, and I've got Primavera on the lids with Vermeer in the inner corners. MAC Eye Kohl at the bottom, smoked it out with a few of those colours that I used. Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Definer and Anastasia Beverly Hills Liquid Lipstick in Heathers is on my lips. That's Anastasia Beverly Hills Day, isn't it? Today I'm not going in with falsies, just so you can see my eyeshadow and give my eyelashes a break for once. So I used Urban Decay's Perversion, which is bomb ass. Let's just continue on with the face. So as this bakage has been here for a while, my camera also died, so it's been here for a very long time. So I just brush that bakage off. Right, so now we're going in with my favourite part, highlighter. I'm using the Anastasia Beverly Hills Sun Dipped highlighter. And I'm going in with my favourite highlighter at the moment. I can't say of all time because I love too many highlighters to say of all time. But my favourite highlighter at the moment, which I've been using non-stop and haven't stopped, which is, I think is pronounced Tourmaline, which is this kind of icy purpley kind of shade here. It is my favourite at the moment. I cannot wear any other highlighter without putting this on at the moment. So to take my fan brush and just dust it in there. And the way how I do my highlighter, some people like putting their highlighter first and then putting their blush over. That's fine if you don't want a beaming highlight, but I like my highlight beaming from Earth to outer space. Someone in the space station can see my highlight. That's how bright I want my highlight. So I literally do it on the tops of my cheeks, so literally just on the apple here and upwards, so like that. And also when I smile, I kind of want it on my cheeks, you know what I mean? It's just, oh my god. The Anastasia Beverly Hills highlighters are just, I think, oh my god, incredible. Incredible. So good. And also if you're freelance, like I was saying, perfect having your kit. I've got every single one of their glow kits. It's just perfect, so you've got every shade for every skin tone. So good. So I don't just only highlight the tops of my cheekbones, because you can leave it here if you don't want to look too crazy, but I like looking crazy. So I proceed to do it. Some people do it on their forehead. I don't. I depends how I'm feeling. I'm not feeling a forehead highlight right now. I'm going to stick to the cheeks. I'm going to do my nose as well. Some people like their whole nose bridge highlighted. That used to be me as well, but at the moment I'm kind of loving the nose tip highlight, so like this. Like that. I think that's kind of cute. And then I also put some highlighter on my Cupid's bow. Usually I do this before my liquid lipstick. Oh well. There we go. And I think that's about it. So that is your full highlighting and contouring video in depth. Of course you want to set your face with some setting spray. At the moment I'm using Slay All Day. Using a bit more now, it is good, very good. You have to use it in a very particular way. Example being, you have to, for me personally, I don't talk about anybody else, my experience is I have to use it at literally arm's length and spritz it, because I think the nozzle doesn't kind of spray enough. It kind of just spits it on your face, but I like it more of like a showery spray. So I think that's one thing they need to work on. And also it kind of stings a little bit. Maybe that's just me and my sensitive skin, but it stings a little bit, and it does make your mascara transfer, where the Urban Decay one doesn't do that. So I don't like that this one does that. But yeah, so if you're going to use it before your mascara. But that being said, it does make your makeup last for a very, 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 very long time. It's just that it has a few little niggling things. Maybe it's just the lavender one, because that's what I've got, but yeah, that's all I can say about the Slay All Day setting spray. But it does make your makeup last all day. So I don't like saying bad things about products. I feel guilty, but that's just my honest opinion. But anyways, I hope you enjoyed this video. As I say every single time, if there's anything else that you want to see, please put it down in the comment box below. I'll happily fulfill your requests. And yes, bye from me for now, and I'll see you in my next video. Alright, bye.